Tem 2 fundo.
O que tem aí? Eles estão perto!
É meu! Fui o primeiro a achar!
Ok, vamos sair daqui.
Pare de brigar por skins no jogo. Use um código para ganhar 3 caixas grátis e um bônus. Acesse a Hellcase.
Rock Marques com Dust2 Brasil para falar aqui com Flamez, campeão da BLAST Open Rotterdam. So Flamez, does it even get boring?
No, doesn't get boring. It's still exciting. Maybe sometimes less and sometimes more. But we always find new motivation, few things that cheer us up and give us more energy towards the win. And that's the case today.
And speaking about this series, we had some moments that Navi played really well, but you guys just seems dominant. I mean, when we are watching, we kind of feel that you guys can't lose. Is this the feeling inside the server too?
Well, to be honest, I think we haven't played the best CS we usually do. But I think that it could have been more dominant, sadly, and we always want to show a dominant CS. I think some rounds was a bit sloppy from us, and that's why it wasn't close the first two maps, like 13-8, 13-7, I think, but it could have been 13-14-2. I felt like it, and Dust2 could have been 13-5. So that's, I think it's not bad. Like we played good, but we could have played better.
So it's 14 finals and 12 trophies. That's, I mean, it's already a lot, but you guys always say in interviews that you want more and more and more. But what's the secret to not crack under pressure when you are in the grand final?
Well, I think also the experience we have to play with each other, that we know what the other is capable of, that we know each other's weaknesses and how to help them not close out on the weakness. That's always the case with that kind of dealing with the pressure. I think the next tournament is going to be way more stressful in Brazil because we have a Grand Slam that we want to close out. There is always pressure in this game. There is always things that, you know, it makes you play a bit less focused, like it's just gonna be like that. And we try to be there for each other. We're very open with each other if we're nervous, if we're stressed. And that's about it.
And how do you guys handle this Grand Slam situation? Because of course, you just need one more win to get it, but at the same time, you can lose in Rio, win it in Atlanta. You guys have plenty of chances. Is this something you are talking with your teammates?
Well, we obviously know we have chances, but we don't want to look at it like that. You know, we want to win Rio not only because it's a Grand Slam, because we want to keep the streaks, we want to keep everything moving on. We're having a good period of time right now. It kind of reminds me of the first season so far, and we want to keep it going. We want to keep being strong. Rio, there is no reason not to do it there, because if you do it there, you release a lot of pressure to you, and there is always in the back of the head that, you know, it would be the best if you win the major and the Grand Slam on the same tournament. But on the other hand, you don't want this double pressure, you know, you have so much on the line in a major final. You want to have just a major final on the line, which is still big by itself, not a Grand Slam adding to that.
For us, my last question is regarding your individual form. People have been joking, even Hops joked with you. Today we saw Zayu didn't even need to show up that much. Basically, you and Hops did a lot of the work, especially Hops. How is that for you? Like, you play, of course, in a very good individual team, but at the same time, you've been playing the best CS of your career so far?
Well, to be honest, I think in this team that, you know, today was a bit less for me, and I know that, you know, the reason maybe Rob's kind of like stepped down in the level this season is because I've stepped up a lot, and you know, when I get 2 entries, he has nothing to do on the round, like they save, and that's the case. Robs is still the same insane player that he is, and in this team that, you know, if Zayu doesn't have a game that he pops off, you have me, you have Robs, you have Mezzi, who is really good and very consistent and very like stable. And then you have Apex as well. That, to be honest, like every 2-3 tournaments, he has like a fucking good matches in the playoffs usually, and that really helps. And today, you know, like Dan called amazing on the 2 first maps, like really good. Also on the 3rd map, like the T side were really strong from us. And I think that when that's the case, when Dan is feeling good and this guy's feeling good and this guy's feeling good, it's really deadly. Like vitality is really strong.